Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Spotlight Gulf Coast is partnered with William Carey University and sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, the Trenchard Scholarship Fund, and the Butch Ostelet Foundation.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across our region, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today we've got an old friend that's been on the show before. We call him a TV regular, Mr. Glenn Mueller, and Glenn, appreciate you coming back. That means that the last time didn't scare you off.
Oh, I guess not. No, thank you very much. Very honored to be here. Thanks.
Well,
Thanks for having us.
And we're going to talk a little bit about, of course, Traintastic, a little bit of a history, but we've also brought your executive director, Meredith Horn, and Meredith, very entrenched in the community, worked at the aquarium, and so got your feet wet there, and now you're over with the train museum is what I call it. It's
Traintastic. It's a fantastic museum. So we put the two together.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you walk in, you see it, and you're like, wow. You know, it brings you back. I don't care how old you are, to your childhood. First thing you do, you almost even have that smell of when the train's going. Because smell comes back probably more than any other sense. But I was just amazed every room just to see what went into this. So Glenn, tell us where this vision came from, and you know, where y'all are at. Just give us a brief overview.
Well, it started 6 decades ago with my brother and I just having trains around the Christmas tree, but we got really into model railroading and just really were inspired. And but fast forward, after having 9 kids together, both of us, and coming through the Long Beach school system and being here on the coast, we wanted to give something back to the coast. And so he had started with his train club, which was actually across the street with a couple buildings and a couple of thousand square feet, but now we're in 44,000 square feet with Traintastic, and we started 2.5 years ago. And it's really built the world's largest model railroad museum, but really it's inspired by just for the love of having fun, but in the same time we're learning and really preparing kids for different careers and just a lot of fun. And it's a community thing. We're a 501c3. We made that donation, but our goal is to exceed the 100,000 that we've already had come through our gates there and exposing it to the community. But it is a hidden treasure. A lot of people don't know about it, and it's a lot of fun. So anybody that comes will, when they walk in, say, "Wow," and then it can get inspired. And whatever age, you'll find that they get inspired by the detail. There's over 30 layouts representing all parts of the United States and parts of the world, and people will be able to interact and get involved and go everything from doing their own layouts at home, or just little vignettes, or getting involved with Legos, or it's amazing the excitement that people have. Even the whole time they might be playing, but they're really learning everything from science, technology, engineering, arts, math, the whole STEAM program.
Right.
But that's what they're learning, and it's really preparing them. The younger they are, for different careers. But even we have people joining our club at age 60 or age 16, and they're coming in wanting to learn more about it and just having fun.
I know that you know, I drove by it for years when it was on Pass Road across the street there. And, you know, you could tell there was something there that, you know, maybe I'll stop in and see. A lot more effort was put into making a premier destination. When you went in this new one, I mean, I've seen, you know, pretty much everything across the coast, and it stopped you in your tracks. You're like, wow. And then you start thinking, somebody's doing this elsewhere. And before you know it, y'all are starting to network. And I started hearing the stories how people were sending trains to you. because everybody, of our generation obviously grew up with a Lionel train.
Sure.
Kids may not know what that is.
Right.
I wish I had a few of those big old heavy steam, engines that are probably
Quite valuable, quite valuable, yeah.
But now, in order to do that, you got to have somebody manage. I know you have a day job, and
Right,
so you hire somebody to sort of take the realm. And what attracted you, Meredith, to this?
Well, a few things. It's just such a fun position to have and a fun place to be. But on top of that, I think the community support and the community gift that it was so appealing and attractive to me. I think we have that in our mission every single day. We want to just be there for the community and give them just a fun place. And the STEAM education that Glenn mentioned as well is just top of the line. I mean, our director of education, Simone Travis, is just incredible. She was a principal at Pass Road Elementary and has her master's, and she's teaching kids about electricity. She's teaching kids about just engineering and the building and the operating of what model railroading can bring. I think that education is so valuable, and it's just been really cool to be a part of. So
I know that when you build something like this, you also have to take into account you want everybody to have access to it. You don't want it to be for the select few. So you have a certain price point that you have to make it affordable, for everybody, because no kid should be denied.
Sure.
To be able to learn what another kid, could do. And,
Yep.
So I know y'all have come up with some probably unique things that, we'll talk about. But going back into our past and looking at it, why is that important, Glenn? To learn from the past so we can build on it? Or, you and your brother, when y'all were doing this, did you envision that it could get to this size, or did you?
Well, that's a great question. My brother's always a big thinker. When we started with just the one building, or he did in the train club at that time, but that was 10 years ago. And then there was a second or third building, but eventually we knew that there was a demand for having something this unique. And so we found the larger building that we're currently in now. So I think and the vision was that we could really give back to the community that way, but provide a fun way for people to learn. Now, it happens to be model railroading or Legos or different things like that, but to get people to use their hands and to be interactive at all ages. And so I have grandkids and I've got kids, and iPads are great and you can learn a lot from it, but when you're building with your fingers and hands and understanding, and like Meredith talked about, learning a little bit about electricity and some of the engineering design and scale, to learn all those things is really preparing them for future jobs in the future. And for those that are older and already have their career and things like that, they can come back and volunteer their time or pursue a hobby that gives joy to so many people.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. Time goes fast here when you're having fun on Spotlight Gulf Coast. But tell us where it's located again if somebody wanted more information.
Traintastic is at 615 Pass Road in Gulfport, and they can go to traintastic.com for all the details.
Basically, that's the road crossing Hughes.
Crossing Hughes, yep.
Hughes Avenue.
At the
Main
corner.
intersection.
And, if you see a plane going over, you know you're close.
We love that part. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. We're talking about Traintastic. Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about Traintastic. If you haven't been there and seen it, you're going to be amazed. Some of the things you see on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, they're not big for this region. They're world class, and I mean that's. I think we used to have somebody that was saying that all the time with the household. You don't want to be average. You want to stand out, and this certainly, Glenn, is such a needed project. And we were talking at the break. Christmas time was always trains. It
is ever since he was a kid.
You know, just having that little smoke thing going around. Woo, woo. And then they added the Santa Claus and the little polar bears, and you know, that's just I know a part of my past. What was the peak of when I guess trains were,
Well, model trains started real heavily. Well, actually early in the 1920s, but with electricity and all that. But 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, right in that era was probably at peak for model railroading. But we're taking it to another level and exposing it to people of all ages and all different abilities or interests, because there's so many different directions you can go with it. But Meredith has a really good lineup here coming up in December to really show people, those that want to return to the holiday festivities we have, and she's got a great program. We're adding a lot of new things, so it's going to be fun.
Why don't you give us a little rundown? Like what Christmas nowadays? It seems like it starts at Halloween.
Yeah, it sure feels like it.
There's another week each year.
The amount of work that goes into it, you got to start before Halloween.
Right.
Yeah, no, we're in the spirit of Christmas. You know, Christmas for Traintastic is pretty special and near and dear to all of our hearts. And so we'll kick it off at the beginning of December with Holiday Lights, which is our traditional kind of festive light show in the evenings. So on Fridays and Saturday nights, 5:30 to 8, guests can come and just enjoy over 2 million twinkling lights, hot chocolate, s'mores.
Right.
The ticket is all inclusive, and just really have a festive time. Santa Claus will be there. We've got Santa sightings going on, crafts, games, activities, and just, opening those doors and really enjoying the light show.
Now, during the Christmas season, do you have like the photos with Santa that are set up at certain times, and how do you get that out to the community? And
yeah, so the schedule is jam-packed, and it's all on our website, traintastic.com. Right on the homepage, you'll see the Christmas kind of graphic flyer, and you can click on it and just get to everything, all the details. So Santa sightings, that schedule will be on there. And one thing that I definitely want to give a shout out to is our Santa. He's just incredible, and partners with Toys for Tots, and so that's important to us as well. So we are a home base for Toys for Tots as well during Christmas time.
I think it's so neat that when you have a nonprofit that's helping another nonprofit or another cause, just because they are a gathering place, and that's a lesson in itself for kids that it's not about us, how we can give back, and you see that. And I am starting to see more and more of that, and that's some of the ways that we get involved is to get in there and, if we see something that needs a little bit of encouragement, but it's you've got such a giving coast and a giving region, but now Glenn, people are not just coming from just the coast here. They like trek down here from.
Sure.
That's just like cruising the coast.
Right.
Who would come? Well,
Right.
They come from everywhere.
Yeah, we get them from all the states, really. We have expanded now. They're on our website. We've got a lot more people coming in from out of state. We still want to really expose everybody to what's happening, especially this time of year, because we have our riding train, which is really special. Most people don't have a chance to ride trains, except now Amtrak has the real train that we actually have a model of. But anyhow, getting back, a lot of people have never experienced being in a riding train. Now ours isn't as big as the real one, but it's still fun, and you get that feel for riding on the rails.
And you get that's in the back part of...
It's behind the building, yes. There's an area, tunnel, and different things going around, so it's fun.
Who upkeeps all the different things? Because when you go in there, there's things going everywhere. If something were to have a little glitch and stop, like who goes up and fixes it? Is that
Meredith,
you?
yeah, she can.
Yeah, it takes a village. It takes a village. No, we have an incredible team, and then we also have a train club, and so members of that train club are what keep the trains running, so to speak. So they check them every day. They'll maintenance and work on them every single day, making the layouts even bigger and better than before. And so it's a volunteer kind of program, and so anyone who's interested can get involved with the train club and be a part of that, and play with trains all day, so to speak.
If I remember when I went in, and this was a while back, Cindy was there, and we're finishing up some of the back part, but there was a place that you could have refreshments and up towards the front, and there was different rooms that you broke off into. Is this open to the general public, or is there a certain, like you have to have a club in order to come have an event there, or?
Well, we have general admission, so the whole museum is open to the public, at our set hours, business hours. During the off season, we're closed on Mondays, but we also have, of course, private events. We're still looking to book that first wedding, because we think that wedding would be so special, would be so cool. But yeah, we're open to the public, 7 days a week.
It's also an economic driver for that part of town. I mean, that, right there, that's a significant investment in that little parking lot.
It is.
That, we really need others to hopefully follow. I mean, that's, Pass Road's got a lot of opportunity. Just seems like it's been neglected for a long time, but I mean, I haven't seen that kind of traffic since y'all have opened.
It's a major intersection, and I think 7 presidents have come down from the Gulfport Airport down Hughes, and so we'd love to see that whole area improve. And we're not too far from the Air Museum. They're doing the same thing, just a couple blocks down the street. So we like working with them. But I think one thing that people can take advantage of is we've got the birthday party rooms, we've got after-hours events, and so we've had several. The Mardi Gras teams have, enjoyed the after-hours events. We didn't know we were going to go past midnight, but things happen. But so it's a great venue for so many different things, and a lot of field trips from the different school systems. And then the STEM program that we have with the Gulfport School is very strong, and has been very well received.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. Before we do, I want to go, what is the official pizza of Traintastic?
Well, Domino's, of course. Okay.
So with that, if you like Domino's Pizza, come on out to Traintastic. We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Glenn Mueller, of course, with Traintastic, and Meredith Horn. And, Glenn, this is fun for everybody, but it's also a great educational tool. I think the one thing that I remember about trains, even when they did them when we were kids, was the attention to detail was incredible. I mean, you would think about how somebody would make a little, turbine or something going around. I mean, but that does stimulate a kid's mind. I mean, y'all are touching on a very important subject that, you're a nonprofit, but you're also an educational, very strong tool. There's not many places that would do this. And I want to thank you for this, because I'm looking at this. I mean, this is,
That's how
you said 2 and up, so
yeah, there you
I
go.
qualify.
Yeah, you qualify. There you go. But it's actually a generational type thing. It's wooden trains, one way to get people just established to young kids to get exposed to it, and then they start envisioning and understanding scale and models, and they're learning the whole time and having fun. But it's a way to just get started.
Now let's talk a little bit about Christmas. You know, very intrigued. We've talked about it at each break. You know, this riding train. Last one I did, I think the zoo had one in New Orleans. You went around on the little zoo train, and that was a big hit. Now you got a little guy, a little conductor or whatever.
We've got a train driver, a conductor, and it's a really neat riding train on tracks. And so you get to hear the bell and kind of be completely immersed into this train ride. We've got a tunnel, and of course it'll be lit up for the Christmas season. There's crossbars that go down that cross through, the pathways. So guests really get to be kind of exposed to that train feel.
So at Christmas time, you're having a lot of kids out there, a lot of parents out there. Obviously, safety is the most important thing, with kids. So you're always watching for that. I'd be the one that ventures off. Where's Todd? He's in the other room, doing something. But like you were saying in the other segment, this is open to the general public. And if somebody wanted to have like even a Christmas get together, or y'all were talking about a wedding. I mean, now that'd be cool. Bring her in on the little train and
sure.
Wouldn't that be neat? I know. Wouldn't that be neat? We know. So something that would be private and is our Polar Experience program. So those are on Thursdays and Sundays in December. And the last 2 years, that program has sold out. And so we've got a few more days that are open and available to guests, but we recreate the Polar Express evening. There's the hot chocolate theme with so kids can put on their chef hats and aprons and have hot chocolate, and we're kicking it up a notch this year and making it extra personal. Santa will come, Santa will deliver the bells and to the kids, and we definitely encourage kids to come in their pajamas, to be a part of that special night.
Now the polar bear you're talking about is that big white bear. Is that the polar bear that you're talking about?
The polar bear? Well, there might be a polar bear. I know there's also about a 12-foot Olaf that will be part of this year's
I saw a polar bear walking down 2nd Street last year, so I was like wondering maybe.
The Coca-Cola bear, maybe, yeah.
I was like, well, maybe it was y'all's and he took off. Or, now, again, the Christmas season will come and go, and then you have sort of a yearly sort of like, I guess, game plan. Kids are in school, and you get more traffic when kids are in school, out of school.
We're quite a seasonal facility, so when kids are out of school is when the traffic tends to spike. But I would say a lot of our community sponsors that we're so grateful for, and our partners help kind of drive the gate and give the residents of the coast kind of an opportunity to come and see us. So recently the Gulfport School District we do free family STEM days with them. So every intersession, Gulfport School District students can come with their families for free during those designated weeks. And then recently the Harrison County Board of Supervisors graciously sponsored a week too for Harrison County School District students and their families. So that seems to be really popular, and we're so grateful to have that partnership, because it really gives everyone a chance to come be a part of the museum.
Right.
Have you ever had a chance to maybe bring out the community leaders to an event just to see it? I know at the kickoff, when it was first opening up, to come see it, but what a great project that you could do for like a Rotary. Like people could come there for a Rotary lunch. We started doing that in Pascagoula. People had heard of Chevron, nobody had been to Chevron.
Yeah.
And
Great
you
idea.
See it, and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That's but it's a way to bring people. We do it at Home of Grace to graduations. When somebody's graduating, we'll bring a whole bunch of people, and they'll see exactly what what we do out there. It's not just a certificate. This person's done this, and families there. So, I just think it's fascinating what y'all are doing. What would be your sort of need to go to the next level? Do you need volunteers? Do you need? I mean, what does it take to run this? Do you have staff, or do you have volunteers that help?
A lot of hours. Volunteers would be great. We just kicked off a volunteer program, so it's kind of in its infancy stages to just formalize that process. But we welcome volunteers every day, especially to help us get all of our Christmas lights up and get all the decorating done. So right now, if anyone's interested in volunteering, they can contact us at marketing@traintastic.com. We welcome it. We welcome that support and help. That'd be really great.
We do that a lot with the DREAM program over in Jackson County and across the coast, and we use Junior Auxiliary.
Yep.
You know, they're a service organization, give back, but you know, they can help out tremendously.
Yep.
You know, to just be an additional hand. As far as in the future, do you see this, Glenn, even expanding further? I mean, I guess it's all.
We're just started. I really believe we can, with Meredith's help and our board, we've got a great board. And a great team at Traintastic and the Train Club. I think we can take it up another level. We're going to inspire a lot of people, and a lot of people from outside this area. You know, it was about 15% of our customer base right now, so we know we can attract more. And we also believe we can get more people on the coast to understand the hidden treasure that's right here on the coast.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on. I hope that this helps a little bit. And, you know, like I said, utilize this forum, because this does reach a lot of households from Hattiesburg to Mobile. And, you know, a couple of weeks ago, we preempted Saturday Night Live because we're usually the lead in, and somehow we bled into it. And Facebook was, why is this guy on my Saturday?
That's great. Let's see if we can do it again.
Appreciate y'all coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
And we appreciate everybody's support of the Bingo Foundation of South Mississippi. Until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long, and may God bless.